All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Machakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to all you brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity and always in charity. Okay, we're a couple brothers from the Great Millstone Camp, the church out in Des Moines, Iowa, with another lesson. I'm Brother Malaakia here with the brother Da'aith. And, Spirit just had us run into each other, man. And, it was all spiritual, man. And I told the brother, hey, let's hop hot. So it's just going to be a brief lesson, man. Pretty much going to be titled something along the lines of pour in so you can pour out. Okay, and I want to start in this Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 25. 24. It says, there is that scattereth and yet increaseth, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but it tendeth to poverty. It says, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessings shall come upon the head of him that selleth it. Okay, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth also himself. And we use this to apply, all the time into when we do these lessons, when we are exhorting brothers. The Spirit has you deal, and more is revealed unto you, or you understand a deeper layer of the precept that you're bringing out. And it applies first and foremost to our own lives, like we say in our lessons. When we are in the Spirit, sometimes it has you say certain things that be on point, but then after you're sitting and you're meditating, you're like, man, I need to work on this, or hey man, I could use this in this aspect of my life. So it's all advantageous to us as well as unto the flock. But one thing that we need to be sure of, we want to put out all these lessons and edify and exhort, but also we have to be watering ourselves, which is why I put this image as a background. You see a vessel and it's pouring out, but see, we constantly need to be replenishing that. We constantly need to be replenishing it, and the one that replenishes it is the Lord. But how does he do that? By way of us continually reading. Can you grab that? Give attendance, because this is how we keep our cup full. Hey, like it says in Psalms, right? It says, my cup runneth over. Go ahead.
This is 1 Timothy 4:13. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
That's it. So giving attendance, you're being present in reading, in doctrine, in exhortation, but also in prayer, in fasting, in congregating with the brotherhood. That's why it says neglect not man, how's it worded, bro? Assembly.
Yeah.
Neglect not the assembly, roughly paraphrasing. As a manner of some is. Forsake the water. Hey, forsake not the assembly of thyselves, as the manner of some is. Why? Because all these things build us up. They encourage us in the Spirit.
That's the precept, iron sharpeneth iron.
That's it.
Right, so us being around each other, and us brothers might see different things that you might not see, and we just constantly sharpening each other, and that sharpening of our will lead to growth in other people, right? You can be more of an example to people who are watching your conduct and watching the things that you say.
Yeah, man, it's very, very key. Okay, it's very key, because as we're going out and we're doing these lessons, we have to be continually plugged in. I want to grab the book of John. Okay, this is St. John chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Salakia, you know. But when you look at a plant, at a tree, you know, it has one root. You know, it has one trunk. That strength is fortified, right? Yeah, but it has different branches, and on those different branches you have different shoots. You know, so it's like branches upon branches. You know, different arms on one single branch. So if there's supposed to be fruit on there and it's not growing, it says that he does what? Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. You cut it off, because all it's doing is it's taken away from what the others can get. You know, so you cut that branch off, you know, and a lot of times, you know, another branch will grow from it, and maybe two will grow from it. You never know. But it says every branch that does bear fruit, right, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it that it may bring forth more fruit. You know, because you might have little nubs on those shoots. You know, that it's like it's wanting to grow, but it's needing a little help. Okay, well we need to take this little part off, cut this little piece off so that it can increase and that fruit can grow. You know, and that's how when you look at the cultivation of different plants and gardening, that's how they do it, man. So it's the same thing within our lives. So we need to abide in Yahweh Shai. So let's continue to read. It says, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, right? A single branch, you take a branch off a tree, there's no fruit growing from that tree. Which is, again, is why giving attendance unto these things, being occupied. Hey, the scriptures say, occupy till I come. It says, blessed is the servant, when his Lord cometh, he findeth him so doing. So constantly bearing that fruit. Psalms, the first chapter, it says, matter of fact, you can grab that. But
I'm right here.
Okay, come on, let me continue. Let me finish this part right here. It says, abide in me, and I in you, as a branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me you can do nothing. And if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. All right, so those different branches that don't bear fruit, that get cut off the trees, what happens to them? They dry up. You know, anything that was on them, any leaves, they wither away, they fall off. And what is that wood used for? You put it in the fire, man. Warm up the house, you cook some food, whatever you got to do with it. You know, but its use is to be burnt up. So the Lord is comparing unto the church really not abiding in him, or people not abiding in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, unto being dried up, unto being lifeless, unto being meat for nothing, but to be cast in a fuel for fire, like it says, I believe, in Ezekiel. Okay, so we have to constantly abide, be a part of that tree, so that we can get the nutrients, that will be fortified, that we could be pruned to bring forth that fruit. You got it out in that Psalms.
Yeah, this is Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. And that's how we have to be in the spirit. Right? We have to be like this tree planted by the water. So we got to make an effort to constantly be in the spirit. Right? If Rose is gathering, right, that's a good time to be around the spirit. Right? It says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Right? In John 3, it speaks about how those that love the light, they come to the light so that their deeds can be reproved.
Yep.
And that's how the elect want to be. If there's something wrong, or if there's something wrong, the elect want it to be pointed out to them so that they can make the proper adjustments.
Well, it says those that hate the light come not near, lest their deeds be reproved. You know, but it's the opposite with the elect. It reminds me of the brother Murph. You know, that we affectionately call Murph. the brother Jeremiah out in Chicago, GMS Teach What Was Taught. And he was speaking about, the first time I believe it was Apostle Ariamla, or it might have been, I believe it was Apostle Ariamla, when he went to Chicago. And he's like, man, I felt nervous and this and that. He's like, and I'm like, he said he was pretty much talking to himself and like, man, let me make sure I'm this way and, whatever. And then that he reasoned and he was like, no, you know what? He's like, F that, man. He's like, hell no. He's like, because he said, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be myself around the apostle. However I am in my own life, what I say, what I do, how I act, that's how I'm going to be around the apostle. Because if there's anything within me that needs to be cussed out, reproved, corrected, I need that. So why am I going to put a front? And it's the same thing, man. We want that reproof to come. We want that instruction to come. We want anything in our life to be corrected. In the book of Psalms, I believe it says, if there be anything in me that offend thee, show it thou me. Pretty much give me not to this, but lead me in the ways of everlasting. So we want to completely dissect and analyze our life, and anything that is within us that's unpleasing unto the Lord, we want that taken away. But again, the only way that's going to be done is if we're reading and comparing our life into the scriptures, examining ourselves, having us be examined by brothers, which brothers do that regardless, man. You might not think a brother is watching you. A brother is looking at how you reason, how you conduct yourself, how everything, man, body language, everything. But brothers are, brothers are watching you. Brothers are watching your lessons throughout the week, seeing how you're doing, whoop the bam. So all these things is how the Spirit works.
That's a comforting thing, because it's like that's what we want to be, is blameless in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yeah. So, and you being around the brothers and them seeing certain things that you don't see, that's a blessing. But only the elect is gonna think of it that way. Those that aren't in the right spirit, they're gonna scoff the reproof, and they're not gonna want to take heed to the instruction.
Mm-hmm. And it shows forth. It shows forth, brothers that are studying, brothers that are praying, brothers that are reading, watching lessons, that brothers that are in the spirit. It's shown forth because the scriptures speak about the scriptures speak about man, I'm gonna butcher it again, but it says I believe it's in the book of John. It says how in out of the mouth cometh forth the issues of the mind. I might be mixing two scriptures, but pretty much you're gonna be saying what's on your mind, and if all what's on your mind throughout the week is women and drinking and the weekend and blah blah blah, so every time you get around brothers, it's let's go get on, where the hoes at, and this that, and hey man, where we going out, and blah blah blah, or the different lessons brothers do. Hey, even shit that brothers have to go through, different adversities and stuff. You hear it in Jake's lessons, man.
It said, I'm trying to quote the precept that you was just trying to quote. It said I thought I had it. It was at the tip of my tongue.
But that's what I'm saying though, is that it shows forth.
Tree is known by its fruits.
A tree known by its fruits. Yeah. So it's evident. Who's operating in the spirit, who's been in the spirit, who's been occupying their time within the spirit.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
The water, bro.
That's just bugged out.
Bro, I couldn't. It was on the tip of my tongue, bro.
What's in your mind is what's gonna come out. And again, if that needs to be reproved, and you around brothers, you're gonna get that corrected, and you're gonna be put in that way of everlasting. But I had this. This is Ephesians 4:12.
Go ahead. Yep.
This is Ephesians 4:11, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, so the Lord's given these different men and giving them these different offices for the sole purpose to perfect the saints, starting with the elect. All right, so the Lord got his men out there, right? And I'm thinking of Paul, right? Said that I prepared you as chaste virgins, roughly paraphrasing, right? So we want to be blameless in the eyes of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? We want to be, and also be a good example for those that's watching us. But it says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Mashiach. But that was all I wanted to grab out of that. Just going into how the Lord has his men out there perfecting his saints.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to be around those men.
Come. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 20. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. And that's how we want to be, man. A vessel meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. You know, in that spirit of Isaiah, you know, where the Lord said, who shall go for me? He said, and I answered and said, here I am, Lord, send me. That's the spirit, you know, that brothers are in. It's like the Lord is calling out, hey, I need somebody to feed my flock. Wait, well, what did he say? He said the husbandman, he said the Lord had a vineyard, you know, and he let it out to his servants, you know, so, and yeah, take care of it till I come back. So the Lord is looking for who to take care of his house, who to clean his house, who to feed his servants, you know, he feed his flock, all of these things until he return. And our spirit is, Lord, hey, whatever you like. You know, Lord, you need me to do what? You need me to go and go pick this up so I can go and feed that? I got you, Lord. You know, and that's like the eagerness that we want to have. You know, just comparing it or giving it the likeliness of that. You know, so constantly, man, is pouring into ourselves, because, hey, we want to be able to have the material. You know, thinking about it carnally, it's like, here you have it again. How's the scripture go, man? It said that a man, he had some company come over. I was just speaking about it with your call the other day. He had some company come over and he had no bread. He said that man ran out, went to his neighbor's house, knocking on the door. Hey, I need some bread, please. I got people, blah, blah, blah. He said, man, I'm already laying down. I'm with my kids, man. We're in bed. We're off the bed. He said, please, you know, please. And the importunity, I believe, you know, because it goes into the importunate widow as well. But it's because of his importunity, you know, his consistency. He kept asking and begging. No, I need this. Please, I need to feed the company that I got coming over. I don't have anything. I need it. You know, it said that will he not give it him? So it's the same thing with the Lord. It's constantly asking him, Lord, fill me with your spirit so that I can go and I can feed your flock. Lord, give me of thy Holy Spirit that I may be edified, that I may be an example, or that that we could be beacons unto the world, that we can go out, that we can uplift your name, that we can edify the people. Help us to study, to give us the answers for those that are seeking. Because it says what? Clothe the naked, feed the hungry, give drink to him that is thirsty. Well, how can we do those things if we ain't got it? We got to have it, man. We got to have it within us and constantly replenishing our supply. Yeah. You know. But that's all I really have, brother. If you got something, Hey, and Salaga, and the Lord will multiply it. Whatever we got, whatever portion of the Spirit we got, the Lord will multiply it. We have that example in the Gospels. They had the 5 fish and the loaves. Did not the Lord multiply that to be able to feed the multitudes? So in the times we're coming in, all these things that we're learning, hey, the Lord is multiplying those talents, He's increasing the Spirit within us. Really, He's increasing the Spirit within us, man. But we have to be tapped in. We have to be plugged in. Just like you were reading in that Psalms, that tree planted by the rivers of living water. Boy, it's constantly getting those nutrients that it's able to produce that fruit, man. But you got it.
This is 1 Peter 3:15. But sanctify the Lord, Yahweh power in your hearts. Perfect. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and with fear. And we doing this. If we have to, in order to do this, we have to be, as you was going into, pouring into ourselves. Yeah. Right. And this hope that we give into and us being able to answer these questions and do these different things for the Lord's elect, or us being able to do these things will allow us to be said, preach these words unto faithful men that shall go and be able to teach others also.
Mhm.
Right. So it's not only helping that person, it's helping the next person.
Yeah.
And there's another thing I wanted to say, but the Spirit's not letting me get it out.
Hey, well, it says that we do all things for the elect's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's one that says a study for all those that seek wisdom too.
Yeah.
You know, hey, this is the book of 2 Timothy, just to back you up on that the scripture you just read. What you got?
That what you just
Oh,
quoted.
go ahead.
This is Sirach 24 and 34. It says, "Behold, I have not labored for myself only."
Labored for myself only. It says that the seeking out of parables is wearisome to the flesh. You know, so Jake learning these breakdowns, and bro, that like, hey, the brother Mattathias says it right. Hey, people only see the tip of the iceberg. You don't see, you know, people can see brothers. They might watch you on hey, like the pastor on the YouTube. You know, they see you on the YouTube, but they only see the lessons that Jake put forward, the edification. It's like, okay, yeah, man, hey, that brother heavy, but you didn't see the sufferings that brother had to go through to be able to be in that spirit that he's in, the things that brother had to lose, the things he sacrificed, the hours that brother put in studying, the things that he neglected and put off so that he could study, you know, the different, Jake staying up late nights just to put a lesson on wax, or staying up late nights just to be able to understand this Ezekiel 38 or whatever, man. You know, the people don't see that, but again, it's the fruits, the produce, you know, what it produces that they see. You know, so that studying, man, that being tapped and locked into the spirit, the reading, you know, the praying, the prayer is heavy, man. Prayer is heavy, bro. It's heavy, bro. And it's like, just from testimonies from brothers here in this church, just hearing different things, man. It's like the Lord's been dealing like that, bro.
Yes.
Shit that happens, and man, you know what? Nah, I'm a pray. Fuck it, man. I'm praying on this. Bro, and the Lord, the Lord be showing He's with us, bro. The Lord be showing us with us. Every time brothers just meditate, you meditate, and then the Spirit says, "Look up." Boom, you see a chariot, bro. The Lord just shows you He's with you. Different signs, different. You know, it was driving the other day. What did that? I put it in the group me. I was driving, meditating, bro. I'm driving, meditating. I looked to my right, and it said, First Fruits Construction. And it had the cross on it, but I'm like, damn, bro, they're like the Church of the First Fruits. Like, that's what we're striving to, you know, so just different things, man. The Lord's always showing that He's with us, and He's answering our prayers, man. He's showing us that He's with us, man, that He's going to defend us, that He's protecting us, and it's time for His glory, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'll finish this. It says, "Behold, I have not," Sirach 24 and 34 again,
Mm-hmm.
"Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom." Right, just grabbing this to show that it's not just for ourselves, but for those that's also listening. Right, said, "You shall be able to save yourself and them that hear thee." Right, so it's a very important position that we in through the Spirit.
Yeah, bro. There's thirsty souls out here, man. There's hungry souls. Jake is hungry for this truth. There's people that don't even, you know, they might not know, but their spirit is imploring, man. Just like us at one time. That Songs of Solomon that said, "I went about the city, I was seeking Him whom my soul loveth." Bro, in the world, Jake's seeking for that truth. It's like, man, this ain't it, man. But our spirit was yearning for this. This is the rest wherein we cause the weary to rest. Our people are tired, man.
Mm-hmm. Said, "Bind up the brokenhearted."
Yeah.
In the book of Isaiah.
And Tobit, go bury the dead. But our people are out here, they need to be put to rest. Mm-hmm. What is the rest? This truth, man. You know?
Yeah. Said, "Comfort ye one another with these words." So our people need this. And again, it's a beautiful position that we in. Said, "Beautiful are the feet of those that preach the gospel," roughly paraphrasing. So we got to keep pouring. We got to keep doing what we got to do.
And again, brothers, like there's going to be a great increase. We talk about it from time to time, man. There's going to be a great increase of believers that come into this truth within these latter days, especially in the times we're in right now. You know, and then just a personal testimony, you know, me and the brother Yochanan, you know, the other Northern Kingdom brother that is in the camp down here, you know, big beard. Oh yeah, you know the kingdom too. Yeah, Jake, you know. That lame looking brother, man, you know. But you know, for brothers that know, you know, the brother big bushy beard, man. We came to the faith, you know, together. You know, around the same time, the Spirit dealt with us how it dealt with us. But just speaking on that and meditating on that, you know, with the older brothers, you know, Yeshaya, Yakol, Pops. So when we first came around, it was just them, and Matatia had just moved down here. You know, so the Spirit had Jake move down here and had us start coming to the camp the same time, bro. Crazy the way the Spirit orchestrated everything. But that brother, he would work late nights, like super late nights, and our class used to start at 9 p.m. You know, I believe that brother sometimes he get off like midnight, sometimes later, you know. And so we wanted to learn. We had tons of questions, and guess who had to answer those questions? Yeshaya, Yakol, you know, Pops, he was working night shifts too. So, hey, Yeshaya and Yakol, man, those brothers, they were just a couple years in, but they had to quickly get on the level. Even the brother Yakol, when he first started coming around, he'll give you the testimony about how pretty much he was put into the camp, pretty fast, you know, to where he had to study, he had to have the answers, and the Spirit was on him, man. You know, so it's the same thing with those brothers. They were put in a position through the Spirit to where me, the brother Yawachanan, and the brother Masha came around at the same time. We had all these questions, so it's like, bro, Jake had to study. Jake had to be able to answer these questions. If Jake couldn't answer these questions, Jake had to go back, study to be able to give us these questions, you know, and be able to lead class and camp and deal, bro. And it's like, that's a heavy spirit, you know, that's a lot of work that Jake does. But Jake was there was no choice, you know, bro, this is what we do, you know. And so with us brothers, you know, with all of us, you know, from the youngest brother, we all should have that desire and that mentality to look, let me make sure I'm studying. Let me make sure I got these answers. Let me make sure I'm reading, I'm praying, I'm paying attention in classes and doing this and that, learning until what the Spirit is showing to me. You know, because sometimes it's not just breakdowns. It's the Spirit is showing you temperance. The Spirit is showing you judgment. You know, how to do this and that. And we have to be able to do all those things. Because with the influx of believers coming in, hey, we're all going to be leaders, man. We're all going to have those answers. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Okay? So like the brother read, we study not for ourselves only, you know, but for all those that seek wisdom. Brothers out here seeking wisdom. We don't want to be ashamed, be confounded, or not. Oh man, no, I didn't study. And you know what answer are you gonna give them? You read it. Be ready to give a man an answer according to the faith that is within you. Hey, well, why do you believe only Israelites? Why do you say that? Well, what about the Gentile? You know, man, because they're Israelites, man. They're Israelite foreigners. Well, what you mean? Like what? How? This says that they were Romans, or this says Greeks. Like, hold on, what? Well, they Israelite foreigners, brother. It's like, nah, man, we gotta be, because the power is in the scriptures. Gotta be able to directly and correctly, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it says they read in the law of the Most High and caused them to understand what was written therein, man. That's what we have to do, you know. But that's all I have, bro. You know, so hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, exhorting. You know, again, man, as we approach these times, you know, people are looking for the answer. So let us be mindful, man. Let us continue to pour into ourselves. Let us continually abide within the Spirit of our Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, that we may be able to edify His flock, that we may be able to attend and to be those vessels meet for the Master's use, man. You know, this is our purpose. This is what we were made to do. From the foundation of the earth, man. The Lord told Jeremiah, when you were in your mother's womb, before I formed thee, you know, I called thee, I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. And it's the same thing within us. You know, before we were conceived, our spirit was already set to do what we're doing, man. So, Lord willing, you know, this was edifying. We want to say, Kol Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to all you brothers doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Until the next time, Shalom.